Welcome to the channel, wonderful Camille's Harem listeners. This is Scott, and we're about to dive back into Shangri Frontier again with another wonderful review. Well, really short review. This episode, Pensilgon, so Arthur Pensilgon, just got more interesting. You first get the image that she's super bloodthirsty and chaotic, but there's hidden depths underneath that exterior. From this episode, we find out that the guild she's in has changed. It's just not fun anymore. I find this to be a great character progression, though mostly due to my own life experiences. Stuff can happen in your life that will change you or the people around you, and that will change your interactions with them. Relationships with friends can change as they naturally become different people based off of their own experiences, as well as your own experiences changing you as well, and you find the two of you drifting away from each other. It can happen in jobs and careers as well, especially as the expectations and people around you change in that environment. I'm not saying that the pressure around you should turn you into a happy-go-lucky player killer, just that change is inevitable. And oh my goodness, Psyger Zero is such a cute stalker. She finally got the chance to be friends with Sunraku, and seeing her so happy put a smile on my face. Seeing an intimidating knight prancing around in joy like a cutesy ballerina will never not be funny for me. Character misunderstandings are wonderful when done right. I'm looking at you, Hallmark. Get better. For my sake, at least. I'm so tired of the same old misunderstanding getting in the way of a good romance when I'm over at my parents' place, because that's the only TV that they watch anymore. I should do a video on this. But there's none of that here. Sunraku is a jerk who's automatically going to assume the worst, while Psyger Zero is an optimist that is obsessed with Sunraku. Anything he does to her, she gets happy about, so far. So a simple friend request gets blown up on both sides as they both misunderstand what's going on. Sunraku decides to say yes so he can take advantage of Psyger Zero later, and of course Psyger Zero is through the moon. Cue happy night dancing again. Well, this show has a very high penchant for physical violence, and we've talked about this. It's nice to break out of all of the constant action and start to throw in some actual character drama into this. If you have the right people fighting, no matter the form that would take, then you can actually have your plot moving forward. For example, the fight that introduced Arthur Pensilgon in the first place. You still have to set up the pieces for your next meaningful conflict, though. And more often than not, you can't do that without getting the characters into situations other than a fight. Stories require as much social element as they do physical elements a lot of the time. Character interactions, dialogue, character growth moments, etc., etc., etc. It all adds up. I support this non-violent stretch of actions for Sunraku, though. It does ruin it a little at the end of the episode when he's fighting bugs, but it was a very nice, technically non-violent episode. Anyway, you can find us in all the fun places, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Okini.